We're talking about the chronically homeless men and women that you see under our bridges or street corners, the most despised, outcast, lost, and forgotten of our community.
When I see someone that's homeless, I always wonder what the backstory is that led to where they are.
People are hurting. They're really hurting. Not only are they hurting, they're lost.
Yes, they most certainly are, and I'm telling you right now, you need to see this. I've seen portions, I need to see the whole thing, and the good thing about it is we can now get out there and see Americans with No Address, the documentary, because it is now out, ready to go. And here to talk more about that is a very good friend of the show. She comes on, she's been on many times talking about this, pumping it up. There she is, Jennifer Stolo. How are you? How's it going?
Good morning, Gary. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Good to see you. All right, so let's get right into this. You're the CEO of Robert Craig Films. You put this thing together. It's absolutely incredible. I know people have been waiting for a long time for this to kind of come on out. It's out now and it's streaming. But tell us a little bit about, for the people who don't know, and they saw that clip, so they got a little feel of what's going on, but what it's really all about.
Yeah, Gary. Well, actually, this is a companion piece, actually, to No Address, the feature film that's coming out on February 28th. And it's about homelessness. And in order to make sure the movie was authentic, we really wanted to take a journey across the country for 3 weeks in a bus to really understand this American crisis. And we interviewed over 175 individuals, whether that's political leaders, CEOs of national nonprofits like Salvation Army, or local nonprofits, or people experiencing homelessness. It really gave us an entirely interesting view of what's working, what's not working, and how we got here as a country. You'll see that, we've seen, 18% increase over the last year. It's just the numbers are staggering. 2.8 million individuals are homeless across this country, and unfortunately, more than half of them are children.
Oh. All right, we're looking a little bit of a video here that we can obviously find on your website too. The process of this, because you've been on talking about it for a while, and how long did it take you to put this together and gather all that information? I'm assuming it took a long time.
Yeah, so we set out obviously to make this feature film, No Address, and as the pandemic happened, we saw the numbers starting to stagger, and then obviously the SAG strike happened, and we had all this great footage, and we said, you know what, we've got to put this in a documentary and really share this with the world, because it really does showcase actually solutions. So often that we talk about homelessness of this hopeless situation, and actually there's an incredible amount of solutions that we found across the country. In Austin, Texas, there are a number of nonprofits that are doing some amazing work that could be replicated here in our country. And it really was for us to showcase the human side of homelessness. Really bring about the compassion, the empathy. That's what we do at Robert Craig Films, is create films that really engage audiences to be called to action. There are so many things that we can do in our community. We can engage with nonprofits, we can volunteer, we can give back, and we can help take care of this problem that we're seeing across this country.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely, love that. Love the where you're going with that. Let's talk about the Talk 5 now, or the Big 5, excuse me. That's the give back component of all this. How does all that work?
Yeah, so we've got a feature film, like I said, No Address, coming out nationwide, about 2,000 theaters on February 28th. We've got this documentary that's now streaming on Amazon that we'd love for you to check it out, because it's a great companion piece before you see the feature film. And then we've got widespread interest in this, that we actually had authors come forward and say we'd actually like to write a novel based on the screenplay of the movie. So we have a novel that's streaming on Amazon, No Address. And then after we finished this tour and created this documentary, the experts that you'll see in this documentary from all perspectives, is that they came forward and said, we really need a study guide to really help individuals. People want to do something, but they don't know what to do. So Americans with No Address, an interactive study guide, is available on Amazon. That's the fourth piece. And then the fifth piece, as you talk about the Big 5, is the soundtrack. We actually partnered with Jada Marcus of Rascal Flatts and his company, Red Street Records, and put together a soundtrack for the movie. 11 great songs, including Ashanti, who is in the movie herself, Ryan Griffin, who sings the theme song with Jada Marcus, and that's coming out the week of February 21st. So those 5 components, at Robert Craig Films, we believe in giving back, and so 50% of the net profits from all of those productions will actually be given back to these nonprofits that we saw that are super, solution-based across this country.
Wow, how great is that? 50%. I like that, the Big 5. And I just heard about this too. This is up for nominated for a Academy Award.
Yes, right? It was.
Which is Oscar.
We did not get shortlisted last week, but it has been an incredible honor to be on the Academy Awards campaign journey. And Gary, you have to remember that actually you are in the documentary. So everybody's got to check it out, because the first 10 minutes, you and I are in there together doing an interview.
We are?
You're famous.
Oh,
you're famous.
I got to chalk that one up. That's amazing. I'm in the movie. I had no idea. Or in the documentary. I had no idea.
Exactly.
All right. So it's streaming now. Let everybody know again one more time where we can go check out the stream of this.
Yeah, so Amazon Prime, you can see Americans with No Address. And then on February 28th, in theaters across the entire country, AMC, Cinemark, we've got 3 of them here in Roseville, 2 of them in Sacramento. It's at the Tower Theater as well, is No Address, the feature film, with a Billy Baldwin, Ashanti, Ty Pennington, Beverly D'Angelo, some great stars that actually came to Sacramento, filmed this feature film, and have been giving back since.
Yeah, I mean, we had Billy Baldwin on this very show, and I was worried if I should call him Billy or William, but he goes by. It's okay though. He's like, call me Billy. I was like, oh, thank goodness, everything's fine.
In writing, we say William. In person, we say Billy.
We say Billy.
Yeah.
All right, Jennifer.
Great cast.
Yeah, and a great cast. I mean, Ashanti too is doing the music. I mean, amazing things. I cannot wait to go see this. Feel free to come back whenever you'd like, Jennifer. Thank you again so much.
Thank you so much, Gary. Great to be here.
All right, there's your information, Americans with No Address. And there it is all right there on Instagram, of course, Robert Craig Films behind the whole thing.